Welcome back to the Sturgian Mercenaries, you beautiful people. And at the end of last episode, we managed to get 2 enemy lords trapped in this castle. And so, well, we've had time to set up the siege and get in. Turns out in my haste to try and get in, I might have forgotten to build one of ye old battering rams. So long as we can get over this wall nice and quick, we should be pretty golden. Now, I've been having a little think with our gatehouse strategy, and I think I found out how to make it work. So what we normally do is we try to fight through into the top of the gatehouse, then we drop down, open the inner door and then the outer door. Now I'm actually thinking that that is a terrible idea. Pretty simply because once we open the inner door, the enemies just run through and drive us out and then reclose the outer door. Okay, well, so much for that strategy. What are the chances of that? Alright, we're free. Okay, that could have been quite problematic. So, going back to what the plan is. Fight through, get into the top of the gatehouse, drop down, leave the inner gatehouse shut, open the outer door. Once the outer door is open, then our guys can push through and then destroy the inner door. Which should mean that they can't reclose the gate behind us, because we'd have too many troops there for them to shut it. Now that's the plan. Oh, hello Mr. Archers. Should be along here somewhere, I imagine. Cross this section. Hit you in the face. Drop down here. And then open this one. Okay, they came from somewhere. I should jump down from the top. Now, do I have any troops that are going to come up this way? Yes, we do. So they should come along here and then destroy this bit, well, this inner door. But since our troops are already here clearing this section, well, it doesn't look like that's something that we need to worry about. Now let's just get to killing. Now let's think, one-handed is what we need to level up. If we can switch out to it, thank you. And they close the inner door. That's kind of what we were worried about. So each time they close it, basically the guys stop coming this way. What it looks like. Anyway, so we do need to keep that door open. But looking at the scale on the top, I don't think that's so bad. So maybe you wait until all the troops come in. But then they did open it. It'll take a little bit more work, but I am determined to make that strategy viable. Because that would just be awesome. Just end up opening the gatehouse, all your troops stream in. That takes the pressure off the walls, so then you guys can get up them a little bit easier. And yeah, our guys in a straight up slugfest generally win pretty good. Well, they are crazy high level and companions, so every fight they get better from, which is a little bit broken. But then Details is a companion playthrough, so kind of goes with the theme of the series. And when you die, that'd be great. And if you'd like to die, yeah, I mean, these one-handed axes are good for what they're designed to do, which is when you're in real close and you're fighting in close combat, then yeah, they work pretty sweet when everyone's forced together. In an actual fight like these, where things are maneuverable, that's when the two-handed axes shine. But like I said, need some more one-handed skill. So we're already up to 268. The luxury of having all your points in vitality. It just levels up redonkulously. And, well, there's not too many enemies left, which is pretty sweet for us. You're going to die? Cool. And just mop up exercise now. 6 kills and 5 kills on some champions. That is actually pretty awesome. Okay, we'll take both of them in, and one of them does need to be named up because I have a new name recommendation. 1 lord, and then 2 lords, so 2 less to fight. Quite a few prisoners there, and we can take most of them. Actually, we are going to leave the prisoners be, quite simply, because one of our castles is over siege and it's fairly close by. Now, they just started that siege a little bit after we started ours, so we should be able to get in and clear it, but obviously we need to be there fairly quickly to be able to do it because they were able to set up at the same time as ours. And I doubt there is much of a garrison there. So waiting around is not going to be a good idea, so we need to move quick. prisoners will slow us down, and this is a castle, not a city, so we can't even really sell them off. And the second head. So 2 lords down already within the first couple of minutes of the video. That is not bad going. And then also we're going to take the Swift after all of these are done and change his name. And a new name is Oliver, but seeing as most things have multiple sections to his name in this game, so we've got like the Swift, the Golden, the Wanderer. This is going to be Oliver the Fast. Well, he is a horse champion, so he's going to be rapid. We'll move them up towards the top, so then they're going to be some of the first picks. And you are going into heavy cavalry with the rest of the heavy cavalry, which is funny that's where the heavy cavalry goes. So you're going to be right by Benentera. Awesome. But that is not much in the way of an army. 42. And even if they try to flee, they'll be disorganised and we'll be right on top of them. So, yeah, surrender or die. 42 troops. We have more heavy horse than they even have, like, their army combined. So, yeah, it's not going to be much of a fight. And, yes, you are my prisoner. Leave their prisoners alone. We are running a little bit low on money, though, but we should be able to sort that pretty quickly. And that is head number 3. So, heading back down to Mazir. And they do have one lord we managed to trick into the castle. But we also have Penton's army around, which I think we can force in. Are you villagers? Yes, you are. And then there's another lord in the back. So this will be 2 more. So 277 defenders, which means they have managed to get that garrisoned particularly quickly. So 152 in the end of last episode to the time that it took us to get to there. Yeah, that is not bad going. That's actually a very, very fast rate of garrisoning. Getting a garrison in this town. We'll go with that. The other words were making little to no sense to me. So, we got 2 days worth of wages. So hopefully we can get in here, take a whole bunch of prisoners, sell the prisoners, chop the lords' heads off, and then I guess smelt some things down to be able to sell. That has to be the plan. But we do outnumber them and our troops are better, so we'd probably be able to get away without a battering ram again. Somewhat beaten up. We're only at 72% at the moment, which means everyone else is going to be considerably lower. Okay, and the Khuzaits are going after one of our town, well, one of this castles as well. Not a massive issue. Oh, okay, the freedom of someone. Yeah, that's not happening. We need heads more than we need gold. And somewhere else is being besieged by the Northern Empire. Fine. We'll get the battering ram and then destroy the castle. Well, take the town, sell some stuff, kill the lords, and then hopefully work as a relief effort to try to stop the rest of our castles from being taken over. But that being said, pretty much each time we take a castle, we end up snagging a lord somewhere. And a war of attrition is a war that we are going to win. And seeing as they have a sweet tool in the way of Mangladels, they've only got ballistas. Now, we do know ballistas can one-shot our companions. We've seen that. But that doesn't mean that every ballista shot hits. So I think fairly standard procedure. Let's just charge in, go up the ladder, hit a few things. It's a tried and true strategy, you see. Just run up the ladder, hit things, hope they die before we die, create the breach, our troops pour in, and then everything gets taken out. Now what I am looking forward to is had a little scout out of the old Sturgian territory, and they have nearly wiped out Valandia. Which isn't a bad thing, but I'm also going to say it's not a good thing, because if Sturgia turns on us, which there is a chance that they might, they are going to be very, very difficult to dislodge. Just because of the sheer amount of lords that they got, and towns, and castles. And we have not killed off any Sturgian lords, well, because we were playing as, well, support Sturgia. So now I'm wondering if maybe we go down a slightly different line and then marry one of like the princesses of the Sturgian realm to guarantee peace. And then between the two of, well, us and Sturgia, that would take over the map. Because all that would be left is some of the Western Empire, even though that's not a massive amount. Southern Empire, yet again not massive. And then you've got the Azerai. But yet again, any one of them by themselves isn't massive. You get two of them together, yeah, it'll be quite a considerable size. But Khuzet are wiped out. Northern Empire is crumbling. Sturgia is just taking the most crazy amount of territory. So between the two of us, well, between the two of us. I'm not sure what I was trying to word there. Made that really difficult for myself. Calradia will be ours very, very quickly. And I'm A-okay with that. Now, can we jump from here? No. Can we do anything from here? No. I'm not sure what's up with the jumping at the moment. Just keep getting snagged on everything. Cool, we made it. I can't say I was particularly expecting that. With that being said, we get hit by just about anything, we're dead. So I think we head back this way and see if we can't be annoying and help our troops up the wall. Okay, you're not hitting me. We'll leave Legionary alone, he's pretty tough. Any reinforcements we can pick off is always going to be a good thing. Our troops have breached across here, so let's hit some things in the back. And any reinforcements? Well, would there be reinforcements at that bit? Nah, they're just trying to run away. Cowards is how I describe that. That was such a good hit. Be like, oh, did you manage to kill him? Be like, no. But I took a chunk out of the stairs. Just be like, ah, oh, I see why people fear you, Ironside. Could be known as the castle taker or the crusher of armies. Just be like, nah, I'm the chopper of stairs. It's like, yeah, it doesn't quite have the same ring to it, buddy. It's like, yeah, I know. I'm just throwing out there, it looks like, because we're taking the walls pretty quickly. Smooth move, Conzi, mate. I was going to say that we're taking the castle before the battering ram got through. 3 Sturgian champions, don't mind that. Yeah, again, you're all trained for combat, which brings you up to 251, 279, and 255. Yuri Ironside, the failure of stairs. Just like, can only hit them, but can't go up or down them. As for what we done, 25 kills. That's actually more than I thought we would have. Agonazar the Wanderer got knocked out. Ben didn't get anyone, unfortunately. Gnu, nothing. Terra got 3. And Oliver the Fast got 3 as well. And yes, my prisoner. So that'll be up to 5 heads, we hope. Take all of those. Make sure we chop the heads off the lords before we ransom everyone off. Otherwise, we'll lose it. And we are just going to take straight up all the loot. Because, well, we're going to need to sell it because we're running out of money pretty quickly. And in my infinite knowledge, I can't remember if this is 5 or 7 lords we've wiped out now in this episode. Either way, that is pretty much a whole clan. And a very foolish Khuzet lord decided to come into our territory, who actually is an Azerai lord, but details with Valadian like banner knights. But details, let's go wipe him out. 139 in a forest with hills. Let's do this in a field battle. I think that could actually be a little bit of fun. And due to our brilliant strategic and tactical genius, we're going F1, F3, and it is going to be a full-on charge. We have a whole bunch of knights. Yeah, I do rate the Sturgian horse, has to be said. And they staggered us, which is a little bit annoying, but we have found their horse. Which should mean that, yeah, we can just decimate them. Horse not, when it's not moving, just kind of sucks. They're like worse infantry. But when it's running around and it's charging and it's doing all the good stuff, well, yeah, then horse is amazing. Now, like this, our horse is actually going to have a really bad time because it's proper caught up and everything. So it's not moving, which means people can get up behind it because, well, you can't really defend yourself super easy on a horse because you have a bunch of blind spots. So that's why infantry at times can be absolutely devastating if a horse charge goes wrong, which our horse charge most definitely did do. But details, all they need to do is just buy enough time for our infantry to come in, and then we just absolutely just hack them apart. Be super quick and super easy. If I can hit something, wow. Skill level at the moment is like level 9,000. Just be like, yeah, dude, Gonzi, just look at the target, figure out, and then swing when you think the axe should hit them. And all we did was kill a horse. And it's one of our horses as well. Which, yet again, not great. Battalion Hero, though, I'll take that. That's not a bad prize. And anything else? Palladium Billman. And... oh, cool, we got their lord. Lazif is now dead. And with that, all of our infantry are in. Horse is now mobile again. This is going to be very, very one-sided. One-sided it was, but 4 Sturgian champions killed. If we'd auto-resolved, wouldn't have happened. And then we also lost one of the horse. That is not ideal, but you're my prisoner, and your head is going to pay for this. As for troops, nothing fancy there, unfortunately. What is that? It's a camel rider in laminar plate and scale. I bet he sells for a fortune. Alright, we'll take all of those, and we'll leave those. But we do have 2 more knights to level up, which is alright. So we're still 2 down, and across here. Oh wait, all of our troops are fully leveled up now. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll just take all the loot. That's all ours. And that is for my horse champions. Muppet. There is just something very easy about just leaving a castle with sweet all in the way of garrison. And then silly lords like this come in and then try to besiege the castle. But then they can't disengage because they're fighting or they're too slow. So that is 1 more enemy lord wiped out. And you achieved a sweet all. So straight after that, Mosea came under siege. So we're like, okay, yeah, we'll go down, lift the siege, do what we can. And Timotheus, cheeky chappy, already came down, wiped out the army. So, oh no, wait, it was Chive. Chive done it. So if we're lucky, possibly, we go to the dungeon. Our lords have been busy. Okay, that's very good for us. Very, very bad for the Northern Empire. Just 5 lords. And that, we only took the town maybe a couple in-game days ago. So our guys must have just wiped out a whole bunch of lords and just dumped them in there. I am not even mad about that. That is really, really good for us. And once again, the castle just drew in another lord who wasn't able to escape or didn't even bother to escape. Yeah, just a very, very easy way to draw enemy lords towards you. They come in with like sweet all because they've got no lands. And then when they do show up, well, yeah, you just absolutely roll over them. They have like no ability to defend. It's a little bit broken. But then again, for us, it doesn't really matter because the more lords we kill, the less they can do. And we want Calradia to be an absolute wasteland by the end of this. Lorcana Castle. The graveyard for 2 more lords. So all we do is we chase them. They can't fight us, so then they run into the castle, which normally would make sense because you're behind big thick walls. It's an easier place to defend. But yeah, you've literally just made yourself a massive tomb to hide in. There isn't much of a chance. Now 4 Mangladels on the other hand, that is going to cause us a fair few problems. I see virtually no way that the battering ram gets in, and they have a decent amount of defenders. I think it's like 370 something. So they have the ability to defend this one, But then again, they really don't. As soon as we're over the walls, this castle is done. And as we can see, they're already pulling away from the walls because of the battering ram coming in. So the battering ram doesn't actually have to take out the gatehouse to be super effective. All it's got to do is just pull the troops away from the walls. And then it's basically already paid for the time. And that was close. It's nearly a bunch of our guys just getting spanked. There we go. 4 taken out. And that was a decent amount of archers as well. Which is not fantastic for us. And once again, recording. Recording just loves to cut out in the middle of a siege in the most annoying times possible. But all we need to do now is just fight over this ladder. Try to hit as many things as we can. So we've got 1. We're going to get him. Block him with the shield. Shield's gone. Yeah, we're over on this side. They are not going to be able to stop us flooding in. So that being said, I thought that guy there was actually more people than he was. He's just one champion, if that makes sense. Yeah, I thought there's going to be more of us. There wasn't. So I got a hold here on these stairs, hopefully to bring enough time for the guys to come in behind. And once they come in up behind, then, well, they're going to ideally just hack everything apart. Oh, and that's a tasty group of archers coming through. Brutal. I'd like to see that updated. I know, maybe like some pathing updates, because just trying to run past a bunch of like people with big axes on a wall just seems like a really bad idea. If they had decided to set up on the wall and shoot us, then that would have been awesome. Like, that would have actually been a massive problem for us. But I don't know, how many did they lose then? Probably like, I didn't take the 14 out, but they probably lost 14 archers just trying to relocate, which just isn't a viable strategy. They had 100 more troops than us, but 14 got taken out for like nothing. Like, you can't sustain those losses. Okay, this area is looking clear. Got an archer there. We'll go up onto the roof in a sec. Those guys are done. Don't need to worry about them. And like I said, once we're over the walls, this is ours. Because when it really comes down to it, castles are basically choke points, like a series of choke point after choke point after choke point. And yeah, just having a lot of troops is a massive advantage in a choke point. But if you've got higher quality troops going in, they're always going to do better than a lot of low level troops. Just law of numbers, really. And yeah, again, another castle for us. Pretty much everyone got around the same amount of kills, so it's between 3 and 8. So no one actually done anything insane, which is a bit of a shame. We did lose 1 advanced horseman again. There's just something about those guys continues to get and taken out. But then that is pretty much a whole army at the moment, is just a horse and heavy spearmen. So I guess if you're going to have losses and you've only got 2 troops, or pretty much 2 troops, kind of makes sense. Yet again, we can take all of that kit for ourselves because no one needs to level up. We'll show mercy here, and we have to chop off a couple heads. Justinia and Olympus, I guess. And he's dead. Cool, so that's definitely over double digits now. And, well, we regained 1 castle, took another one, wiped out a whole bunch of lords. Our guys are leveling up redonkulously quickly. Actually, if we go over here... Oh, no, wait, we can't actually form an army because we haven't created a kingdom yet. This, on the other hand, is a good chain of events. So, turns out our enemies, the Northern Empire, are also fighting our other enemies, who are the Kuzak, which explains why there's so many Kuzak lords in this area. Now, all we need to do is just find out whoever wins, and then whoever the winner is, we go in and take out, and then that's going to be 2 lords straight away to us. And then we've also got another Northern Lord over here who's trying to besiege the castle. Okay, they are splitting. That is unfortunate. But we should be able to take them and then regroup and take out the other Northern Empire. And with this, that is both lords taken out. And another lord. That is the lord trying to besiege our castle. I think it is safe to say that we are ahead of the curve right now. Well, to be fair, we did go after 2 weakened empires for a reason. So once we actually start fighting someone that's got their stuff together, I don't think it's going to be quite as easy as this. But right now, just picking off lords, like left, right and centre, makes this quite easy for us. With the Northern Empire forced back to their last castle, so this is their last holdings on Calredia, we are going to go over and take that out. But with that, I think that is a good place to wrap off the episode. So next episode, we start with a siege and wipe out the Northern Empire. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Conti. All your likes, comments, sub support have been amazing. You guys are awesome, and I'll catch you on the next one.